Two fat guys in a microphone. Two fat guys in a microphone. Two fat guys in a microphone. Big talk, no filter.
Hey, I'm Tim, Big Talk.
And I'm Paulie. Man, I'm not going to have a filter today, people.
Yeah, and we don't want you to.
Yeah, no.
This isn't our normal upbeat, type of show where we're, upset like, most of America, or at least half.
Well, it happens to be today is 9/11.
And it's 9/11. I mean...
And yesterday it almost felt like the same pain inside of me or anger inside of me that I had on 9/11 when I remember when the planes hit.
Yeah, no, it's... So this is, happened... it doesn't matter, and we're going to say what everybody else says, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's that. I think that what has happened yesterday is a culmination of just stuff that we haven't paid attention to for the last 10 years.
Well, I mean, and everybody knows what we're talking about here. This guy right here, and I didn't know him personally, and I'm sure you didn't either.
I didn't know him. I wanted to see him when he was here at the UNR in Nevada.
Like I said, it felt like a piece of America was ripped out of us yesterday.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that he was a patriot or but he was a 31-year-old guy. My daughter's 32. He's the age of my daughter.
Yeah.
And if something would have happened to her because of her beliefs or what she says, speaking the truth and all that, I wouldn't know how to. I mean, he's got parents. He's besides a wife and two kids.
Yeah, two young kids, and so yeah, we're definitely not going to have. I'm going to bring you a big talk, and you're going to bring no filter.
Yeah, I don't know about no filter today. It's going to be fucking. F-bombs are coming. Trust me.
Yeah, and the thing is that, it goes back. Let me start by the media. Okay, let me just start by the media. Because, and I heard that this guy got fired, which, again, you can't believe, everything that you see, read, and whatnot. But good old MSNBC, the
he got
pieces
fired.
of crap. He did get fired. You can confirm that.
MSNBC guy got fired this morning.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, he got fired this morning.
Yeah, and this guy...
And he should have.
Oh, 100%. Going on and spewing the same rhetoric that I see on TikTok from these Looney Tune left libtards, talking about how, what about gun control now? Like trying to throw all this stuff in your face. Oh, how come there's not a big outcry because of the kids that, went into and killed somebody at a school and stuff? And it's like, let me tell you, folks, there's a difference. And the difference is right here. When you have given these, and I love this post, or I love this picture. It says, normalizing their extreme psychosis is normalizing their extreme violence. And that's what goes to the schools. These people are so screwed up. I don't even want to talk about the mom.
And you know why?
The last shooter.
And you know why they're screwed up. They're putting this stuff in their heads. They're making them think that because they can't chop off body parts and be a freaking cat or a freaking, it's like, come on, people. But going back to him, I mean, I've listened to a lot of his TikToks on Facebook, the little reels, right?
Right.
Look, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your beliefs are. This guy should not have died for just giving people a platform. Like we're giving people, you ever want to come on here? Here's the mic. It's all yours. You can come on here and talk about anything you want to talk about. And that's all he was doing. He was giving college kids an opportunity to speak their mind. And what's wrong with that? What is wrong with him giving them a platform to speak their mind?
Let me tell you what's wrong with that. Well, and because I follow politics and stuff, and I try not to bring a lot of it here. But since I do follow it, here's the thing, is that this guy was gaining traction because if you notice during 2020 when all those free Palestine bullcrap freaking things, where were they at? On the campuses.
Oh, yes.
Where were they? Yes. These were These were colleges, supposedly higher education. Don't give me that crap. It's indoctrination.
I picked up, speaking of the colleges and the
Okay.
kids, I picked up the vice president of UNR, gave him an Uber ride.
Right.
And I mentioned to him, I said, I asked this question. I have 2 questions I always ask my passengers.
Yeah.
When it comes to military guys, I go, who are you voting for? Because to me, that's important who they're voting for.
Right.
They're out there risking their lives for us.
Right.
I think they want the chief and commander to be
Yeah.
someone that they really want to
They
back
believe
them.
in,
Right,
yeah.
to believe in.
Yeah.
So I ask military people that, and I always ask college kids, do they push you guys left or right? They say absolutely. They push us left all the time. It's always left, left, left.
Yeah.
So I have this guy in the car. I'm giving him a ride, and I say to him, I told him what was said, and you know what he said? He goes, "Yeah, some do." And I went. So he goes, "Some of our teachers do." And I went, "But you're the second in command here. You're the second in charge of this college. You should stop that. You should just at least divide the line down the middle. Don't push. You shouldn't influence these kids to let them make their own judgments." But a lot of the kids, when I do ask them the questions, they tell me, "Yeah, they push us that way, but we think of it on our own and we make our own decisions." I'm like, thank God, some of them still have some sense.
Right. And then there's this rabbit hole of, they're getting paid and, like all this kind of stuff. And it's like the best scenario I ever saw was, and I grew up in California. So, but we all need to stay away from Berkeley. Cal Berkeley, one of the most liberal schools out there.
You
But-
don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll tell you a story on that after. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay. So this gal was showing me a picture of her daughter. And her daughter was this blonde hair, first day of school, first day of college, wearing, a little sundress, cute girl, all that. And then she shows me a picture when she graduated from there. And now her hair's pink, her hair's chopped, she's got all these piercings, she's F the world, every capitalism and all that kind of stuff.
Brainwashing.
That is brainwashing, indoctrination 100%. This isn't a college where you go learn. This is a college where you go learn to cause havoc out in the world.
Well, Berkeley, this is when I really lost all faith in California. Berkeley put a law in effect that you're not allowed to call the manhole covers in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
They're not called manhole covers no more.
Yeah, I
They're
remember
called they're called work hole covers.
Yeah.
Because they're not gender neutral, so they can't call them manhole. So at first I went, no, that can't be true.
Right.
Until I picked up a guy that worked for the city of Berkeley. That was his job, to go take these manholes and grind that off of there, the word manhole cover on it. He had to grind it off, and they paid taxpayers money to do this.
Yeah.
I said, that's it. I lost all fucking respect for California. I think they're fucking nuts over there.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
nuts.
Well, and it's even gotten worse, but you're right.
Well, now that the devil lives in California,
Yeah, exactly.
look up the song if you don't know what it means.
Yeah, and the devil is a Democrat, which,
Yeah, that one
you
too.
know what, and I know he's from California, and I know that New Scum, is about the most worthless, corrupt piece of crap on the planet.
Okay, now you just said that,
Mm-hmm.
and I disagreed with you. I agree with you. I said agree, not disagree. I agree with you. But do we want him dead? No.
No.
We don't want him fucking dead, people. Just because we don't agree with him and we don't like the guy, we don't want somebody to fucking shoot him.
Right. No, 100%.
Oh, I'm getting hated. Sorry.
No, exactly. So back to Charlie Kirk, and what he was doing is that, so these colleges are, brainwashing the kids. So he has an event. He's toured. He was on a college tour, like I don't know, 30 something, 7 college tour. And he goes there and he debates. He says, bring what you got, and we'll talk this out. And what I noticed is, and some things I don't agree with him, and stuff, because some things we're good friends and I don't agree with him. Right?
I don't expect anybody to agree with me all the time. I mean, most of the time, but let's be honest. I mean, we should be able to agree to disagree without having to kill somebody.
Yeah, but hold on, Paul. Hold on. That's what the normal brain says.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these far left, and I'm not talking about just young kids anymore. These are the ones that were in California, in these areas where it's, peace, love, and forget working. I'll just, beg for scraps or whatever. But the thing is it's these people also too that now have money that are supporting, this kind of thing. So Charlie Kirk coming on the college campuses gives them just a different point of view. And I've always thought about this because all this stuff's coming out with the news media, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But, this was a discussion. And what was funny is what I liked about his discussions is because he'd get some radical, just nut job up there. Libtards. And one kid brought his dad, to debate. And he crushed both of them because they didn't come with facts. They came with feelings or what they've been indoctrinated by.
I have people on my Facebook page yesterday. We're sitting on there. Oh, and I'm not going to say their names because you know what? I don't want to give them the time. I don't want to give them. I don't want to give them recognition for being an idiot.
Right.
Oh, you lives by the sword, dies by the sword. What? Because he's pro gun? I mean, you don't hunt. You don't own a gun. You don't hunt. So you're pro gun too. So you should die.
Right. Well, no, and this is their argument. It's like, okay, let's take away the AKs. Well, guess what? An AK didn't kill him.
No.
And you're not going to ban guns from the United States.
I wanted to have one sitting right here today to say, we're telling you what our opinions, and are you coming after us next? Right. Please do. I'll leave the door unlocked for you.
Right. Well, no, that's what all these people do. They want to try to hit you from behind when you're not looking because you know what? They can't stand up to you. Anybody would pummel these. Even I see a Marine guy that's not in the military anymore, comment something on social media. I'll go, oh, you were a product of don't ask, don't tell. Okay, I understand now. Because you don't, you have these guys that think they're badasses, but would be crushed by any alpha male. Yeah. And, but where I'm going with this is that this is how they have to attack. But here's why I think it's something more than just the nut jobs. Because this guy, in my opinion, and I'm going to give my opinion right now.
And you're entitled to it.
It was,
and if I don't agree, I'll tell you. But I mean, you think logically, so I should agree with you.
But no, there's two things here. One,
this guy here.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about him in a minute.
Okay.
But there's two things here. One, it was a long rifle, is what they're calling it. It was a hunting rifle. Right, when they said bolt action,
I know what they meant. Yeah.
I used to hunt with my dad. He took down a deer from 500 yards away.
And I hope you didn't have to go walk after him.
We did.
Oh.
And that was a nightmare because we walked down one canyon, up another. But anyway, that's for another time. But so those have the capabilities with a scope. All that has the capabilities. So this guy was either a nut job survivalist or
we'll find out when they catch him.
That somebody higher up or, people that we may know, that are higher up. Again, now nothing's off the table. Once I heard that Obama could have really been the one that did this hoax about the Russia, and Obama was a piece of crap anyways. He was the worst freaking president.
So you're saying the government, what you mean? Right?
What I mean by that, but, I don't put it past a liberal Democrat that hires this guy to take this shot because why? Charlie Kirk was getting to the people. He had millions of followers and millions
for speaking the truth.
For speaking the truth. He was in Utah on a Mormon campus.
Yeah,
come on,
right?
And,
tells you.
And you hear him saying it. He's like, "Listen, I don't got anything bad to. I'll debate you about Mormon versus Christianity. I don't have anything bad or ill will against you guys. Bring it.
Every time I've listened to him talk, he was polite.
Yeah.
You know what I loved best about him? He'd set the mic down and let them talk, and then he'd pick it up and answer them, and he'd set it down again. He gave them the floor. Yeah. You had the floor to give your opinion, and that's what he gave you. And because of that, he loses his life. Yeah. You know what? I look at it like this. The ones that are cheering out there, these freaking idiots that are out here cheering.
Let's bring that up. Because,
that guy, yeah.
Yeah, because
that's the one you were just saying.
That's what's going on, and then we'll talk about a couple of the legislatures and like Elon Omar. Or
this guy, you got this guy out here. They're cheering for the guy that I said a guy on my Facebook page, and you know why I didn't delete him? I like to hear idiot statements like that, so I can they can fuel me, and keep me going. Because here's what they think they did by killing this guy yesterday.
Yeah,
they think they quieted him down. All they did is piss people off, even on their side, that are going to go, "That's too far. Well, that's too much," and they're going to come. And I'm not saying it shouldn't even be about sides. It's about a human being's fucking life here.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Here's what I want to ask the people that are cheering for these guys. I wish it was your parents that have to grieve for you. I wish it was you that died, and your parents have to go. I lost a son because that's what happened. His parents lost a son. His kids lost a father. If you got kids, I wish you would die so your kids can feel what this poor guy's family's feeling right now.
Well, and everything I'm seeing out there is that But here's the thing. Here's the difference, Paul. Is if this would have been in reverse, and somebody that the liberals had that was going to colleges and speaking, and they were gunned down.
Trump did it. Trump did it.
Not only Trump, but guess what would have happened in the streets?
Oh, my
there would have
God.
been all these idiots out there like Trans Tifa and these different groups rioting in the streets. Did you see any of that from the conservative or Republican?
No, because we don't act like fucking idiots.
No, but I tell you what we do is we start handling business.
Yes.
And we're not promoting you go out and shoot anybody or anything like that.
No, we're not like that. We're not that side.
No, but however, I have my CCW. I know that there are several people out there. I don't go anywhere without it because these people are so crazy that now we're going to start, saying, hey, you come at me, it's no longer polite. If I got you coming at me, or if I see you I'm not going to shoot you if you're a man in a girl's bathroom, but I tell you what, I'm going to get you out of there. And that's things that we didn't do before that we can do, we know how to do.
We have to, we have to.
But let me just talk about some of the people when they talk about why this happened. Okay. So I wrote down just a few. Nancy Pelosi, you've got Maxine Waters, and these are California people. We got CNN, CNBC,
right there.
Jasmine Crockett, Jeffries, who got on there and gave a 24-hour speech to hold up Congress,
just to break a record. That's all he wanted to do was break a record. He didn't care what he was saying. He started reciting the Bible. Anybody can do that just to waste time,
right? And this foreign terrorist Ilhan Omar, that piece of crap, gets on there, and I know it was a real quote because she does not speak good English, so it's a lot of and I know and this in her quote. So and this girl is from Somalia. Now go watch Black Hawk Down. It's a movie, whatever, but that's Somalia. Yeah. And that's where she came from. She talks about being a refugee, but now she wants us to create little Somalia in her district, and say that we need to get rid of our guns. No, why don't you go back to Somalia and tell those, people back there, put down your guns.
I'll never give them up. You'll take them out of my dead hands to get my guns.
Yeah, no, for sure. But this is the rhetoric. This Talib, Joy Reid, another one, this racist black woman who's a DEI hire, was on, TV, MSNBC before she got fired. That piece of crap, same thing. But now they have podcasts and some of these people following him. And then I'm going to go as far as, Bernie, Kamala Harris, all these people are on the media, and the media like CNN and MSNBC are saying their same rhetoric over and over and over again.
Yeah. You know what? And like you said, we're not going to be going and telling people, just because we have guns. Here's the difference. Here's the difference with us. We're not going to go trying to shoot it places up. We're not going to go try to kill they're wrong for doing that.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be doing it anyways. And they're doing it, but they're not going to change our beliefs. They're not going to make us act like idiots like they are.
No.
But here's the thing. What they're going to do is they're going to make us vote the right way.
Yes.
And that's how you get them. That's how this guy here, you want to do him a solid right now? You remember what they did to him come election day. That's all you have to do. And that's if they don't realize they're making it worse for themselves by doing this, it should not have to take someone's life. It should not have to do that.
No. And midterms are coming up, 2026.
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? This is the motivation to shut down any Democratic liberal. Now, we had a Democrat on earlier in a different show and loved her. She's from Nevada. She's a Democrat. And when we first talked to her, same thing. It's like, oh my God, this is so horrible.
Yeah.
So
it's not all of them. It's not all of them. And we shouldn't say the Democrat Party because it's not all of them.
It's the libtards.
Yeah. Well, then those people need to go. I mean, and I don't mean kill them. We're not like the people that did this to him.
Right.
We mean they need to go out of office and go live their lives in their own little bubble that they're in their own little weird world that they live in.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're still on this transgender thing. Like these governors races that I've seen, not governor, mayor races, and some governor races. Like, I mean, I couldn't. Of course, Portland, Oregon's been a total piece of shit, but so is Denver. They did a whole commercial on gay and lesbians, in government, and just
I don't care what. Like I said, we've always said that. I have friends that are gay, and I love them. They're great people. There's nothing wrong with them. But they're the way they're pushing this stuff on these kids and brainwashing them and making them. I bet you this is going to come out. This kid is. I don't know. I don't think they're going to find him. I think he's going to come up dead because he's probably tied to somebody. He probably got promised a lot of money. Who knows? I could be guessing, but I don't trust the government at all after what they did to Kennedy back in '63. So
100%.
because I know for everybody, if you think Lee Harvey Oswald did it, you're freaking stupid.
Yeah, and we know, and I think Trump knew too, because one of the things he was talking about is, opening up that file and making it, releasing.
The problem was they were involved in it too. That's the problem. The government was just as corrupt, and they've been corrupt since back then.
Yeah.
Here's the facts. The facts are they learned from the mob, and then they went after him, threw them all in jail.
Right.
That's a whole different show we're going to do on that, though.
Right, but that's the thing is that if the government can cover up that, the CIA has operations that, I mean, Hillary Clinton's been on record of saying stuff about how they want third world leaders to vote and what they want them to do. Like we are interrupting their election, and they pick their guy.
Yeah, just remember, we the people, we the people, we determine if these people that are that nuts and crazy get in office. I mean, I'm not saying which way you should vote. Vote for the person that is not nuts like some of these other people out there. They're crazy. Right. They're crazy. And you know what? I'm just glad the ones stay on Facebook. You stupid fucks. Stay on Facebook and talk your stupid shit about what happened yesterday. A poor guy losing his life. Because I'd rather not to have you near office, please.
Well, yeah, and so on top of that, where I was talking about the media, the media all plays the same song. Trump, Trump, Trump bad. Trump, Trump, Trump bad. This shooting, Trump did it in some way, shape, or form. That big old fat pig Pritzker in Chicago. He came out and said, Trump's hate speech and this, that. These are the people that need to go. And I don't mean shot and killed, but get them out of office as fast as you can.
Yes.
Yes.
And
luckily the Mayor Johnson there, that guy is a piece of shit.
I mean, it goes back. There's a lot of them there, and like I said, we definitely never intended, and we've said it from the beginning, to be a political show. But this isn't about politics. This is about a man's life. That 2 kids are going to go without a father now. A wife's going without a husband, and a father and mother lost a son. That's it. There's no going back from this, guys. I've heard people on both sides say this is sickening, this is ridiculous, it shouldn't. And then the ones that are coming out like that one you showed the picture of that kid, there's these people, the ones that are saying, "Oh, good, he deserved it." Well, how the fuck were you raised? How were you raised? Were you raised with no morals? No, maybe that's what it is, because he preached at church. He was a God-loving man. Yeah. Maybe we need more of that in there, and these people wouldn't be out there talking like this. Or stay away from the colleges, like he says. College is a waste.
Yeah, well, and let me tell you, now that you brought up, God and believing in God. So this happens. The legislature's in session, and the Speaker of the House calls for a prayer,
a moment of
silence, and a prayer.
Yeah.
And you had Democrats in the back yelling no. And
are you not fucking human?
No. Well, this is the thing. This is why they have successfully over the last 30 years tried to take prayer out of schools, and they've achieved it. Even these foreign-born people that we have so much empathy and sympathy for demand that we don't do the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's like, this is what I'm talking about, and we've just seen it happen, and I don't know where I was during all this, I mean, but I wasn't paying attention, and this is what's happened.
And they mentioned the word karma. They mentioned that, he deserves it. This is karma for him. Let me tell you, you people that are on the floor when they want a moment of silence for that. Oh, you hang on. You wanted a moment of silence for George Floyd.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But when you got a person that died, and color has nothing to do with it. Fuck color. I ain't bringing color up at all. I'm just saying the name George Floyd and Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. This guy, he died. So then people are saying no to a moment of silence for this guy. Karma. I hope karma gets you. I hope it's when it's your family member or someone in your family, then you'll remember that. That's when it's going to hit home. And I hope that's when you become, now all of a sudden you want to be, you want sympathy. You want to be a human being again. Guess what? You've always been a human being. Do the right fucking thing.
Well, and I'll tell you this.
Sorry. I'm
you,
heated,
You
man.
brought up George
Turn
Floyd.
red here.
Hey, I want to send a special shout out to George Floyd. He is now 6 years sober. Congratulations, George. Because
thanks for the laugh.
But I'll tell you this, is that, BLM, that, piece of shit, again, but here we are guilted into by the, not the majority.
Right.
It's the cancel culture. And what came out of George Floyd? Well, hey, George, all you have to do is say, okay, hands up, behind my back, here you go. But no, you wanted to fight, you wanted to do this, and guess what? You were on, you had alcohol in your system, you had fentanyl in your system.
And the thing is,
that's what killed you, Georgie.
Those two are two different, they're not even the same category. They shouldn't even be in the same conversation, that and this.
No, but the media is putting them there.
Oh, I know.
That's
of course they are, because they have to follow the narrative, their narrative.
Right.
So, I mean, this guy, all I can picture is that I seen the video with the daughter running up on him when he was on stage on a set at a thing. Daddy, Daddy. And she ran up and gave him a hug. And that kid is never going to be able to do that again.
No, I know.
Because of some fucking idiot out there that they brainwash. The blood is on their hands.
Yeah.
The blood's on your hands, people.
Well, and
if you don't see it, God is going to have a special place in hell for you. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, 100%. I've been religious, I got out of the church, but I've always believed in
I used
God.
to be an altar boy, if you believe that.
Yeah, well,
I really was.
I do.
I eat too much of the host, though.
Well, I went through catechism, and all that kind of stuff, but no, it's, the thing is they're trying to take God out of the country.
Yeah.
Now
and he was putting it back in.
Yeah.
So how back could the guy be if he's preaching God?
Yeah. And everybody runs to guns. Well, guess what? You know what? Us having guns are the only thing that are protecting you little libtards from a total, socialist, communist country, because that's what happened in the first place. Why do you think we fought in 1776? Because they didn't want us to have weapons. They didn't want us to have guns. They wanted to colonize us.
And that this is their excuses. See, it's guns. It's guns. No, gun didn't shoot it. It didn't walk itself up the freaking ladder onto a roof and shoot this guy. If you show me a gun that can do that, it should be on America's Got Talent. It should win that show.
And when you were talking about Facebook, I got this idiot. His name's Mark. I won't put out his last name right now, but this fucktard. Now, he gets on there, posts all kinds of shit. Everything's Trump derangement. He's got it 100%.
I got one. My buddy's name's John. I got the same one.
I went to high school with this guy, and it's like, wait a minute. We grew up in the same city with some of the same friends, and it's like, and this is what you believe? So this is what this piece of shit puts out. He says, well, there was a shooting in Colorado yesterday, but that didn't get talked about. And it's like, of course, you fucking dumbass, because this is a national stage, and it's like, that was a big story.
Not that we don't care about kids that got killed in that shooting. We do.
100%.
Us normal people do. We care about. We don't want nobody killed.
Right.
How about? Yeah, I don't even want people. The whole thing in Chicago, I don't want them people killed. Nobody should die.
Right.
But it ain't the guns. And it's because they're getting brainwashed by this, by something out there. I don't know what it is, and I don't think we can even stop it, or But I'll tell you what, I think they just did a great job of starting, going towards stopping it.
Well, and I'll tell you this too, is that's why I believe that it could have been a thing of wanting to shut him up, because
they did.
This guy was gaining traction with the young people, and that's their little Gen Z and alphas and whatever this is. They wanted to brainwash them. But Charlie Kirk comes around.
Guess what? There's going to be another Charlie Kirk, guys. and even if it's, us, as somebody, we're all going to be normal thinking people are going to step up, and somebody's going to start and take over where he left off, and they'll just put shields there so you can't shoot them. And then what? Now what? You can't shut them out. You can't shut everybody up. Just like we don't want everybody to shut up. We want to hear your opinions.
Yeah.
Your opinions matter to us too.
Right.
But I mean,
right.
but us saying that, oh, no, you don't mean that. Yes, we do, or we wouldn't say it.
Right. And they don't have a, this is the thing. You're trying to reason with people that you can't reason with. This is the thing. You can't winning an argument with a libtard or someone like this guy I went to high school with. You can't have that conversation because they don't see anything else but their side.
I didn't even comment on the guy that put it on my Facebook. I didn't even comment. I didn't get it. I didn't put an angry sign. He doesn't even deserve to be mentioned. That's why I said I wouldn't mention his name or nothing. They know who they are over there.
Yeah.
But the thing is you know what? If that was your kid or your parents had to deal with this now, I'd like to see how you feel now. I'd like to see how you're watching your parents cry because you got killed because of your stupid comments on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
That's the same way. It's like you got shot for something you said on Facebook that you believed in, which I love that you believe in that.
Right.
But you shouldn't patronize that a guy died. You shouldn't be happy a guy died, and that part kills me.
But see, that's the normal part of you. That's the upbringing in you.
Well, because
that's who we are. And that's
because I'm not ashamed to say I didn't go to college, so I wasn't brainwashed.
He didn't either.
Right.
That was where
exactly.
Charlie Kirk dropped out.
I know
of
he
college.
did. I know he did.
And so, but this is the thing. They had to silence him, or there would have been a movement. And they were even talking. Now, I wasn't thinking this far out, but they were even talking about that he was so talented and educated, or worldly educated, that he could be on a path to run for president in another 30 years or whatever years.
They were probably scared of that.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that he was gaining traction because he didn't come in there making fun of these people. He didn't call them trannies or this, that, and other like we do because we're pissed. Right. He went in there and
he was respectful to him.
Yeah, great. Tell me your point of view. And if you can't do that on a college campus without risking your life, then
we've lost it out here. But you know what? We're going to get it back.
Yeah, we are.
All they're doing is pissing people off, and it's going to make it worse. And like I said, keep going. I like the direction you guys are going in because you're losing followers. You're losing people on that side that are normal Christians that were Democrats are going to go, that's not okay. That's not okay.
And I know this isn't the we're talking about Charlie Kirk and we're talking about things, and we're going to have another episode where we talk about some of the things that have happened over the last week.
Yeah. But we wanted to give him a little bit of time here because, like I said, I didn't know him personally, but I did watch a lot of his reels. And I think his reels I think he was not a bad guy from what I heard. I mean, everything I've seen about him, he gave everybody opportunity to speak their mind.
Right.
And that part, I mean, I'm going to miss him for that, man.
Yeah, no, he had a lot of, he was inspiring. Just by his actions. You may not have believed every word that came out of his mouth, or whatever, but by his actions. We can agree to disagree.
We can agree to disagree, people. Let's start doing that. I mean, without having to die over it.
But again, yes, you're not wrong. I'm just saying you're preaching to the wall.
Might as well talk to the wall.
Talk to the screen. But we thank you for joining us. Yeah,
we're sorry. We're a little riled up on this one. This one touched a little heart because of the kids and the wife and the death of a man that shouldn't have died.
Right.
But we're gonna leave it on this note here, and we'll be back for other shows. They're not all going to be like this, but you know what? That's what we said. We're going to give you a little bit of everything in life, and this is part of life right now, a big part of our life.
And we want to thank you. So we're gonna, we're just gonna, bow out. We're not going to play our music. We're not going to.
No, we're just going to let it go
or anything because
we're going to give him the moment of silence he deserves.
Yeah, the moment of silence he deserves. You're right, Edison. Thank you.
Without all the crap that goes with it. So, Hey,
God bless everybody.
Yeah.
And you know what? Please still believe because we need belief here.
100%. So thank you, and let the next picture take you out.